This morning, I could not sleep. I woke up at 5 because that's what my body does once I start getting on the early routine. Hello everyone. It is almost 9 o'clock and we haven't spoken and I'm in pajamas. I was just hanging out with Jax. We had dinner together at the boba place. It was tasty. I was craving it. Today I worked on a hat for Jax. Does anybody know bongo cats? I already had the ribbing done because it was going to be a Kirby hat, but it was way too ambitious. It had a bazillion colors all at once. It was just unreasonable. It wasn't working out. So I literally took scissors to it last night and cut it off. I wonder if I can show you. I saved the part I cut off in my scrap bin. Kind of buried under all the yarn I added today. Here's part of, I just like cut it with scissors and then picked up the stitches of the ribbing. There's so many hours put into that Kirby hat and it still wasn't even that big. It was just ridiculous. So this had a lot going on, a lot of colors. But not as many and more manageable. I carried 3 colors for the majority of the cat, but I had to pick up a 4th for the pink paw pads. I had a lot of tails because I just started and stopped the pink every time I got to it on every single row. So there's like 1, 2, 3, about 4 rows with pink, and every time I got to one of those paws I'd have to start and stop making 2 tails. So lots of tails to weave in, but it is all done and cute. So cute. But I started that last night and made good progress, and then this morning I could not sleep. I woke up at 5 because that's what my body does once I start getting on the early routine. I wake up every morning, usually 5:20, whether I have my alarm set for 5:30 or it's a weekend and I'm trying to sleep in because I stayed up watching something. I did get back to sleep around 5:30. Do you want to go down now? You can't bark. No barks. My slippers. Now that my feet are dry. I don't like to put my feet into my slippers immediately after my bath, and now my feet are very dry and clean. I think I'm gonna go back to braiding. That's the other thing. I probably only got about 10 braids done before it was time to go to dinner with Jax. I'm going because I was in the bath and it makes it a little humid. What was I saying? yeah, the morning I got back to sleep at 5:30, but then I woke up for good at like 6:20. I just couldn't go back to sleep. So I read until like 7:45, and then Sebastian woke up and came into the room. After that, I was just like, I'll get up and wash my hair and put on my robe and work on that hat some more. So I was doing that at my desk because there are so many yarn balls. It was just easier. And then I had a few Twizzlers, and I need to wrap it up. And then we went out to breakfast. I had a coupon for buy one get one free entree at one of our favorite breakfast places. And came home, I just knit. I was having cramps on and off, but my period might have stopped. It's just a really weird one because it's just so short of a cycle. It just couldn't do everything it needed to do to be normal. So who knows what it's gonna do. But I haven't had anything besides some cramping going on for a big chunk of the day. So fingers crossed. But yeah, I finished the hat once, but it wasn't as big as I like, and I know Jax tends to like hats the same slouchiness level as me. It fit me, so I knew it would fit Jax. But yeah, I was pretty sure Jax would agree that it should be slouchier, so I didn't tie it off and had Jax try it on, and yes, the verdict was to make it longer, so I took out all the decreases while we were sitting in the restaurant waiting for our food. And then when I was hanging out watching Geometry Dash, I finished it. So yeah, just tried it on again and it's good, so I need to decide if I'm gonna block it. I don't remember what yarn that is because I caked it. I don't know if it's acrylic or wool. But I do think it needs some blocking, but I don't know. I'm gonna go back to braiding, but I think I'm going to, sorry, I'm really cold. I think I'm going to put out all of Sebastian's bedtime stuff because yes, it is 9 o'clock and he's not here. He and Danny went to a garden party, which was a fancy name for they're gonna eat ribs and other food like that outside at a friend's farm. So I don't know when they're gonna leave, but they have a half an hour drive back home. So he was like, expect me at 11. I'm like, as long as you go to bed Sunday night for school, because you get up at 6:30. And that, I'm so generous with the sleep for him because he has to be at the bus at 7 and I wake him up at 6:30. I have to have everything orchestrated. I have to know what he wants for lunch the next day. I have it packed, his computer charged and packed, and his water bottle filled and packed up, any papers all packed, and yeah, everything is pretty much ready. Maybe I might not have a snack packed yet, so I can ask him what he wants. Clothes are laid out. I just need to get him down the stairs into his clothes, and I feed him a small breakfast, but he buys breakfast at school as well. So he does get as much sleep as he can, but I mean, going to bed at 11 would not be good. We need to get on the early schedule, not regress to summer schedule, but yeah, so I'm gonna lay out all his stuff, and even if I'm up, he can do his own bedtime because I'm gonna be in the bedroom just braiding, or hopefully just laying down by that point. I don't know how much more braids I'm gonna do, but all my stuff is out. Anyway, I am babbling, and I'm gonna have to edit this after I braid, so okay, good night. I love you. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.